Hello everyone, my name is Aladin Bar. I'm the CEO of RobotLAB, and I'm here to talk to you about Darwin OP2, the latest robot from Robotis, the Korean company. And this robot is an open source platform, so it's open source both on the hardware side and on the software side. You can create extensions for the hardware, you can change it if you want. You have full access to motors and sensors, you can extend them. It's running a Linux Ubuntu distribution, which is pretty flexible and an open environment. And it allows you to create whatever you want. You can install databases on that, you can connect it to the internet, you can write your own code. But before we delve into that, let's just look at the robot, let's look at the package, what comes inside, and take it from there. The robot is coming in this Pelican transport case, which is a pretty robust case. It has wheels and a handle, so you can take it wherever you go. Even ship it as a carry-on, or take it as a carry-on, or ship it as a luggage. In the transport case, you're getting a DVD with the Robot Plus. That's the software that the robot is working based on. We're getting a quick start guide with all the instructions on how to program the robot, how to access the different ports, different sensors. And this is the robot. So this is the Darwin OP2. And by the way, it's OP2. You can tell first of all by the color. The OP1 was black. This is gray light color. The robot comes with several accessories. So first of all, we have 3 batteries, 2 here and 1 on the back of the robot, already installed. We have the battery charger that can charge 2 batteries in parallel. We have extra screws and accessories that we can use in case we want to extend the hardware or to change it. And the robot itself, of course, we have a red ball to track objects. The robot can follow the red ball and can actually walk around the area. In terms of the robot itself, so this is the Darwin OP2. The second battery is actually here on the back. It comes when the battery is not mounted. We just need to plug it over here in order to connect that. The robot has several buttons: network port, USB port, HDMI, on-off switch. And the important thing is all the motors. As you can see, all the motors are numbered. So this is number 10, number 9, we have number 18, number 17, and so on. On Robot Plus, on the software, you'll have to choose which motor you want to control in order to make the robot move or interact and so on. As I mentioned, it's very open source. You can take off the shell and just mount whatever you want. This is actually just a shell on top of the structure. I don't know if you can see here. There is the solid metal structure, and this is the shell, so you can 3D print your own shell. You can customize that. You can create your own skin for the robot. The 3D files are provided as well, and the important thing is once you turn it on and configure it with your wireless network, you don't need to run it based on the network port or like wired connection. You can just have the robot walk around and remote control it from your code, from your computer. In the box, you're also getting a couple of cables, the network cable and the HDMI cable, screws, the charger, the power adapter for the charger, and basically everything that you need in order to run this robot for many years. And yeah, so this is the Darwin OP2. So let's talk a little bit about the software. The robot is running based on the CM700 board, which means that the Dynamic Cell SDK is what we're using in order to control the motors and to make the robot move or interact. You can program the robot based on the Dynamic Cell SDK libraries or based on ROS distribution. All the code, either for Dynamic Cell SDK or for ROS distribution, is available on SourceForge, and you'll find in the documentation, you'll find all the resources for that. As I mentioned, the robot comes with a CD with Robot Plus, which allows you to make the robot interact a little bit, move a little bit, but most of the work will have to be done using code, which is a great way to teach students and to run your research, because you're not limited by the availability of commands and functions in some software, some user interface. With code you can do whatever you want. When you purchase a robot, you will get the link from us to the documentation. On the documentation you'll find all the steps, all the breakdown, step by step, getting started with the robot, hardware, software, modifying everything, where to download the source code from, and how to access the different sensors and motors on the robot, how to send commands, and everything that you need in order to run this robot. The robot is using some predefined behaviors or programs that are installed on the robot when you get it, and you'll find in the user manual, in the getting started manual, you'll find few printed sheets that allow you to communicate with the robot. You can show the robot a sequence of colors, and using that as an input method, the robot can see that using the camera and interact or react based on the commands. So these are just sample programs, but the good thing is that you actually get the code for that. So logging to the robot, you can log in through using SSH to the robot. You can get access to these code samples, you can modify them, you can change the visual input, you can change the output, what the robot does, and it's all again open source, which makes it really flexible and easy to work with. Yeah, so this was a quick overview of the Darwin OP2 from Robotis, a great open source platform especially for the research market, where researchers need full control over their hardware and the software side of their research. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, as always, don't forget to either subscribe to the video, to this channel here, or send us an email, sales@robotlab.com. We'll be happy to help you with anything else. Thank you.